the Man Moto here, guys. I came back out to do a test. So I put the windshield off and then I put it back on because I wanted to raise up the GoPro and see if that got the GoPro above the vent. I did it in my driveway and I noticed it showed the reflection, which I ignore when I'm riding because I'm looking over the shield. And immediately what I noticed is that with the GoPro raised, I'm interested to see how this footage turns out. I still don't think it's going to be ideal for purposes of the GoPro, but I can't close my helmet visor without moving the camera, or I'd have to leave the camera out just the right space to make sure I can close it. But the other thing is, if I want to, like, quickly at a stoplight open my vent to get a little air, you know, I'd now have to pull the GoPro forward, where before I did not have to do that because it was under. Now, you could always mount the GoPro on top of the helmet or to the side of the helmet, but I have found I don't like either position because you can feel the wind resistance. It just catches the wind and kind of pulls your head, and I don't like that approach. I've also had to let out more of the microphone wire so that it can reach the GoPro Media Mod. And of course, when I get my modular helmet back from Shoei, I'd have to be doing the same exercise with that one. One thing I may do, I don't know, I was going to say is maybe just use this setup when I'm using but then I'm having to mess around with adding adapters, connectors to the GoPro setup I have. I don't plan to use this windshield a ton, but when I use it, it's probably going to be on a longer trip that would be cool to share some footage of. I'm going to see how this turns out on a short test. Then my plan is I'm going to go riding. My son's having a basketball game tonight. I don't ride at night too often. I'm going to take the shield off and probably try to make out to his game. I can tell you, it is hot here today. And in this helmet, I am sweating like crazy. Yeah, I don't really, it's just hot today. And the reason I wanted to take the windshield off is to see if I sweated as much. I bought some cleaner for the windshield that came recommended, actually through Amazon, but also through the guy who sells the Freedom Shields. And I think it does a really good job. Now, I got fingerprints taking it on and off again. I had a really tough time with one side. It's this side. Every time I've put this windshield on, I really have to jam it in there. It's not as smooth as, for some reason, I mean, it's the same bracket. It's the same, the bracket stays the same, you just swap the windshields out. Anyhow, I'm going to ride this back home. Maybe today it's just hot, but when you throw on the windshield and lack of airflow, that's impacting. And I can't easily raise this helmet up with this thing on here raised up like it is. Like, I'm sweating immediately. And if I want to ride tonight, I don't have my Shoei modular helmet where I can use the clear visor, so I'm going to have to swap the visor on this helmet. I think I'm going to be lowering this GoPro back down, even if it gets above this vent, and then maybe look at some other solutions, or I don't know. I'm going to need to think about what I want to do for purposes of the GoPro. I could always consider ordering the windshield again without the visor, without the vents, because the vents are what's causing the issue. You can definitely feel air coming through the vent. Being that this is the best windshield I have used so far, man, it is hot. I'm not in a mindset to want to order another one without the vents. I had to raise this vent, it's just too hot. I've got the top 3 vents open, and I'm assuming there is airflow, but I don't feel it. And my glasses are so sweat. My face is so sweaty, the glasses just keep sliding down my nose. If you guys could see that helmet cover they had was like a looked like a rabbit. My daughter had her way, I'd be wearing something like that.